Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, all. Good morning, all.
Am I audible? Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, sir.
Morning.
Yes, Dr. Manju, we can hear you.
Good morning, NCR.
അപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെ 500 പേപ്പർ എടുത്തു തരാമോ? എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാല് 200 എടുത്താലും 500 എടുത്താലും വലിയ വ്യത്യാസം വെച്ച് കൊടുത്താൽ പോരെ. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഇത് തന്നെ എടുക്കാം. എന്നിട്ട് അവരെ നെറ്റ് വെച്ച് കുഴപ്പമില്ലല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യും, ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു ഫോട്ടോ അതാണ്. അല്ല, ഞാൻ ഒന്നും പറഞ്ഞില്ല. ഞാൻ ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഇതിന്റെ ഇതാണ് എടുക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ഇതെല്ലാം ഒന്ന് വെരിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഇത് എംബ്ലോ ഫോണാണ്, ഫോണിന്റെ എംബ്ലോ ഒന്നുകൂടെ ഒന്ന് നോക്കിയിട്ട് കുഴപ്പമില്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഒരു ഫോട്ടോ എടുത്ത് എന്റെ വാട്സാപ്പിലേക്ക് അയച്ചേക്കും. കളറിൽ കുഴപ്പമൊന്നും
അതെ
ചുമപ്പ് മാറ്റി ഇത് ഇടാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. നേരത്തെ ചുമപ്പല്ലായിരുന്നു, അത് മാറ്റി ചുമപ്പ് ഇവിടെ കൊള്ളു.
നമ്മളിവിടെ ഇത് തന്നെ ഫോർവേഡ് ചെയ്താണല്ലോ.
ഒരു നോർമൽ റിപ്പോർട്ട് ഇപ്പൊ ചെയ്ത
രാവിലെ പോയി
Sir, good morning, sir. I am here. Pillai. Sir.
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് പിള്ളേ.
Hello. Hello, Anne.
ഹലോ.
ഇല്ല, ഞാൻ അവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ടറിയാം.
ജഗലികളുടെ പോക്കിന്റെ മസാല അവിടെ പോലെ എവിടെ വെച്ചാ അവർ ടേബിൾ അറിയില്ല.
I request everyone to switch off their mics.
സാറേ എന്നെ കാണാമോ? ഓക്കെ കേൾക്കാമല്ലോ.
മറ്റേ എന്താണ് ചേച്ചി
Morning all. Morning all. There is a small request. Everyone please check whether your microphones are muted. Nice conduct of the program. Thank you.
ഇതെന്താ ചന്ദ്രിക
കൃഷ്ണകുമാർ സാർ വന്നിട്ടില്ലേ? ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് ഓൾ.
Good morning everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Unnikrishan here. Hello. Good morning.
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് സാർ.
Good morning. Good morning.
എന്റെ വീഡിയോ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് ആയിട്ട് മാച്ച് ചെയ്യണ്ട. സോ സം പ്രോബ്ലം ഇസ് ലെറ്റ് മീ അഡ്ജസ്റ്റ് ലൈറ്റ്.
കൃഷ്ണകുമാർ അത് ആ അടിയിലത്തെ വീഡിയോ ഇതിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ഗ്രീൻ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട്.
Morning all. In a small request. Kindly make sure you have unmuted your microphones. We are about to start our program. Most of our participants joined the meeting. So all of you please kindly ensure that your microphones are muted. Thank you.
This is a CBD mask. ഇതല്ലേ CBD കണ്ടോ? CBD അല്ലേ?
Good morning.
അല്ലേ? CBD അല്ലേ? അങ്ങനെ CBD-യിലെ
ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് ആൻഡ് വെൽക്കം.
extending to the
Good morning.
CHD-യുടെ അവിടെ വരെ വന്നു കണ്ടോ? അതിന്റെ ഒരു പാർട്ടാണ്. കാരണം എനിക്ക് പാൻക്രിയാസ് വേറെ 50 വയസ്സേ ഉള്ളൂ അല്ലേ? ആ ഇത് നല്ലതായിരുന്നു കേട്ടോ. ഇതിനകത്ത് കണ്ടോ ഇത് ഹൈലത്തിന്റെ അവിടെ മേ ബി ഹൈലർ കൊളാഞ്ചി ആയിരിക്കാം. എന്നിട്ട് എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് അത് CBD കൂടെ ഇവിടം വരെ എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ സാധനം വരെ ലിവർ മെക്സ് അല്ലേ?
Your next one.
അല്ല ആ ബിരിയാണിക്കകത്ത് എന്തോ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. കണ്ടോ കണ്ടോ?
Contrast എടുക്കാം.
കോൺട്രാസ്റ്റ് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്
ആ മെഷീന് വരുന്ന സുനിതാന്റെ ബിസിനസ് ഉണ്ടോ?
അതിനകത്തെ കണ്ടോ ഇതിനകത്ത് എന്താ എൻഹാൻസിങ് സാധനം ഉണ്ട്. ഇൻട്രാഹെപ്പാറ്റിക് ബിലിയറി റാഡിക്കൽ കണ്ടോ? ഇത് തന്നെയായിരിക്കും ഇങ്ങനെ എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്.
I request everyone to switch off your mics.
പാൻക്രിയാറ്റിക് പെട്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാൻ ഡിസ്റ്റൽ പാൻക്രിയാറ്റിക്
Krishna Priya, you're on mute, dear. Can you please unmute?
Now am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Krishna Priya, has our chief guest joined? Arun Alex, has he joined?
Yes. I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome to IETE.
Yeah, thank you.
A very good morning to all. The Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, IETE, is India's leading professional society devoted to the advancement of science, technology, electronics, telecommunication, and information technology, founded in 1953. It serves more than 70,000 members, including corporate, student, and ISF members through 63 centers spread all over India and abroad. So today, IETE Kochi Center celebrates 68th IETE Foundation Day, and ISF unit of Christ College of Engineering regards it as a great honor to be hosting such an event. So before beginning the program, let us observe a few seconds of silence in prayer. Next, let me invite Mr. Tony C. Thomas, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and ISF Coordinator of Christ College of Engineering, Irinalakuda, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The distinguished guest of the day, Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai, NB Oil Director, the chief guest and the invited talk, Mr. Arun Alex, the Coordinator, Industry Attachment Cell of the Kerala Technological University, Reverend Father John Paliyekara, CMI, the Executive Director of Christ College of Engineering, who will be giving the opening address, the Principal of Christ College of Engineering, the Host Institute, Dr. Sajeev John, sir, Mr. C. Krishnakumar, the Chairman of IETE Kochi Center, Mr. M.N. Narayanan, Vice Chairman of IETE Kochi Center, Mr. M.V. Rajesh, Vice Chairman of IETE Kochi Center, Dr. Manju Bhaskar, Honorary Secretary of IETE Kochi Center and Faculty Vice Principal at MGM College of Engineering, Dr. Ansia Ishaq, the Honorary Treasurer of IET Kochi Center and Associate Professor with KMEA College of Engineering. Reverend Father Joy Payapalli CMI, the Joint Director of Christ College of Engineering. Mr. Rahul Manoharo, the Head of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, which is primarily hosting the event in Christ College of Engineering. B.D. Jones, sir, Vice Principal of Christ College of Engineering. Honorable Office Bearers of IET Kochi Center and IET ISF Christ College of Engineering, ISF coordinators from different colleges, distinguished IET members, and dear participants who have joined for this live streaming through Zoom and through YouTube platform. I regard it as a great honor for the ISF unit of Christ College of Engineering to host a program of this stature, the IET Foundation Day of IET Kochi Center. It's in fact, to be an IET member, it's in fact gives the students a lot of opportunity to network themselves with professionals and students of other colleges. So let me come to my duty. So the theme for this year's Foundation Day is advancing skill development to the next level, a paradigm shift to amalgamate skills and academics with seamless transitions. IET is observing this year with a solid theme, a relevant theme in the current scenario of our nation and also of our state. Each year, IET honors its senior fellow members during IET Foundation Day. And we are really proud that we are honoring today Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai, who is a senior scientist and who is a director of Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory of DRDO at Kochi. It is one of the premium institutes of research in our South India, and he has kindly consented us to spend his valuable time with us and receive our honor. Vijayan Pillai sir, on behalf of IET Kochi Center and ISF unit of Christ College of Engineering, I welcome you wholeheartedly to this live streaming event. Thank you, sir. Next, we are equally honored by the presence of a distinguished person who is working with Kerala Technological University. Most of the student participants attending this program are under the Kerala Technological University, and we have the Industry Attachment Cell Coordinator, Mr. Arun Alex, with us. He will be speaking as, he is a distinguished speaker for today. He will be speaking and interacting with students upon our theme. Arun sir, on behalf of all those who have gathered here, I welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, Father John Paliyekara, the founder, visionary, and the executive director of Christ College of Engineering, is a great source of inspiration for all of us here, for the faculty members as well as the students. It is a part of his vision to connect students with professionals in their corresponding stream of study. And he always encouraged the formation and running of professional bodies in our college. He has kindly consented to be a part of this program and deliver the opening address. He's on a busy schedule, he's traveling, but still he has found time to be with us. Father John, we welcome you on behalf of Christ College of Engineering as well as IET Kochi Center. Welcome you, Father.
Sir, Vijay sir, present designation director and distinguished scientist.
The principal of Christ College of Engineering, Dr. Sajeev Jones sir, is also with us. He will be delivering a special address. Sajeev John sir is such a great leader who provides the correct guidance at the correct spot. He's also very supportive to all ISF activities, intra-collegiate and intercollegiate at our college. So on behalf of IETE Kochi Center and ISF Christ Unit, I welcome you, sir, to this function.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you all.
Next, I welcome Mr. C. Krishnakumar, sir, the chairman of IETE Kochi Center, who is actually the person who is behind this program. It's under him only we are doing this work, and he had a great career. Now he's leading an active retirement life. He was the DGM of Electrical, Electronics and Instrumentation Division with Cochin Port Trust. Such an experienced engineer he is, and he is actually mentoring and guiding students and fellow members in his field of expertise. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of all those who have gathered. Okay, thank you, sir. Now I welcome the office bearers of IETE Kochi Center. All are distinguished professionals. Mr. M.N. Narayanan, sir, he was a planning expert with Oman telecommunication professional. He is the vice chairman of IETE Kochi Center. Mr. Dr. M.B. Rajesh, sir, he's also a vice chairman, and he's also active with other professional bodies. Dr. Manju Bhaskar, who is the honorary secretary of IETE Kochi Center, and she's the vice principal of MGM College of Engineering. Dr. Ansia Isaac, the honorary treasurer of IETE Kochi Center, as well as associate professor with KMEA College of Engineering. I welcome all of you to this function on behalf of ISF unit of Christ College of Engineering, and also on behalf of all participants who are attending this function. Welcome you, sirs and ma'ams.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. Next, let me welcome Reverend Father Joy Payapalli CMI, the Joint Director of our college, who is attending this function. Then V.D. Jones, sir, who is Vice Principal of our college, who is also attending this function. Then our Head of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, Rahul Manohar, sir. Then different faculty members of our institute who are attending this function. All of you, I welcome all this Christ family members who are attending this function, all heartedly. We welcome you all. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next, I welcome various ISF coordinators from different colleges. Actually, it is the brotherhood of ISF coordinators and ISF units across different colleges that ensures the efficient functioning of IETE Kochi Center. We gather occasionally, and since it's we would like to have this function offline, but we couldn't due to the COVID situation. And all of them have really motivated their students to attend this function, and they are actually the strong pillars of IETE Kochi chapter. So on behalf of all organizers and the participants, let me welcome all ISF coordinators, all our distinguished professors, associate professors and assistant professors to this function. We welcome you all, sirs and ma'ams. Let me welcome all student participants from various colleges attending this function. Also the IETE volunteers from Christ College of Engineering, as well as from different colleges. I also welcome you all, and welcoming everyone once more. Let me conclude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. M.N. Narayanan is a retired planning expert with Oman Telecommunications Company. He is a senior IETE member and vice chairman of IETE Kochi Center. So I invite Narayanan sir to read the Foundation Day message of IETE President. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I have the honor to present before you the message from President of IETE, Professor Wing Commander P. Prabhakar. And I would like to, first of all, thank all the persons who are present for this function, the eminent dignitaries from different walks of engineering. And I would like to say a few words in particular regarding the persons who are present here. And also, I would like to pay my respects first to Mr. Vijayan Pillai, Director, NPOL, then to Mr. Arun Alex, Coordinator Industry. Then I would also like to thank Tony C. Thomas, Assistant Professor and ISF Coordinator at Christ College, and Father John Palliakaraj, CMI, Executive Director, Christ College, Sajeev John, Principal, Christ College, and Mr. C. Krishna Kumar, and Mr. Dr. M.V. Rajesh, and all the respected members of the Executive Committee, IETE, Kochi Center. Now, regarding Professor regarding Professor Wing Commander Prabhakar, I would like to also add a few words regarding his various capabilities. Professor Wing Commander Pradeep Prabhakar is a multi-talented, high-ranking veteran with a long list of academic and professional achievements, extensive administrative experience, and demonstrated leadership roles in the Air Force, academic institutions, and technical organizations. He has a synergized vision for innovation that aims to promote scientific temperament in a society through a blend of modern technological aspirations in R&D of diverse products and processes, as well as practical skill enhancements in basic and higher technical education systems. Also, he is held very high distinguished positions, and he is a member of the Computer Society of India, CSI, and has served as the chairman of the Chandigarh chapter. He is an active member in the e-government special interest group. I would like to now go into the message which is given by our president, and I would like to convey it for this meeting. I would like to read it out. The country presently faces a dual challenge of severe paucity of highly trained quality engineers, as well as non-employability of large section of the educated workforce that possesses little or no job skills. Huge gaps exist between the industry requirements and the level of skills of engineers due to varied reasons, including inadequate training infrastructures, inappropriate mix of skills and education, limited industry interfaces, etc. There is a disconnect between the formal education system and work requirements, compounding the challenges related to the skill gap. A concerted action is required to ensure sustained employability of the Indian youth. The skill development ecosystem in India is a complex, large, and diverse, providing varied skills of levels of skills across an extremely heterogeneous population. Skill development in India can be broadly segmented into education and vocational training. The need is about how formal, non-formal, and informal learning can be combined to deliver workforce skills, and also look at how such combinations could be used and recognized by industry, employers, training providers, and individuals. Skills and knowledge are the driving forces of economic growth and the social development for any country. Government of India, taking note of the requirement for skill development among students, has launched National Skills Qualification Framework, NSQF. NSQF is a nationally integrated education and competency-based framework that enables persons to acquire desired competency levels. The National Skills Qualifications Network, NSQF, organizes qualifications according to a series of levels of knowledge, skills, and aptitude. These levels, graded from 1 to 10, are defined in terms of learning outcomes which the learner must possess regardless of whether they were acquired through formal, non-formal, or informal learning. It is therefore a nationally integrated education and a competency-based skill and quality assurance framework that will provide for multiple pathways, horizontal as well as vertical, including vocational education, vocational training, general education, and technical education, thus linking one level of learning to another higher level. This will enable a person to acquire desired competency levels, transit to the job market, and at an opportune time, return for acquiring additional skills to further upgrade their competencies. IETE, a professional society dedicated to the dissemination of knowledge in the ICT domain, is supporting Government of India in its mission of skill development and bridging the gap between the informal vocational training and the formal technical university academic higher education, and bridge the pathway of transition between the two seamlessly. It is the right time for all the IET centers to grab the opportunity of nation's skill development mission in getting themselves enter into a new horizons for their techno-economic sustainability. I, on behalf of all governing council members, extend my warmest greetings on this occasion and encourage all centers to celebrate this auspicious day with great fervor and passion, involving all students, faculty, ISFs, corporate members, and spread the aims of and objectives of IETE, aligning with the nation building towards Atma-Nirbhar Bharat. Together we will raise to new heights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, Reverend Father John Palikira, CMI, the Executive Director of Christ College of Engineering, Irinadikuda. He is a man of great vision and knowledge. He always encourages activities of the ISF unit and other professional bodies. With great pleasure, I invite Father John Palikira to deliver the opening address. So over to you, Father.
Am I audible? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, please. So a very warm good morning to everybody. Respected S. Vijayan Pillai sir, respected Arun Alex sir, respected family members, our Joint Director Father Joy Payapilli, our Principal Sajid sir, and our Vice Principal John sir, and all the respected officials of IETE, faculty members from different colleges and Christ College of Engineering, and my dear young engineers and organizers. I am so delighted to be part of the celebration of IETE. IETE is celebrating S. Vijayan Pillai, sir, for his meritorious service in the field of engineering. We really appreciate you, sir, and we again pray to Almighty to bless you with more and more innovative ideas for the growth of our society and the country. I remember a story, a planter, he had a teakwood plantation. When the trees grown up to be slaughtered, he assigned 2 woodcutters. The first woodcutter was cutting almost 75 trees a day. But the second woodcutter could cut more than 100 trees a day. So the planter was observing why cutter was relaxing and he was filing and sharpening the axe after cutting each tree. So he could get good result because he was assigning the sharp now, the university curriculum will not help us to meet the challenges of the society and to meet the requirements of industry. For that, we need a lot of advices and formal and informal interaction, we could excel in our skills. Moreover, the journals, the publications, and by listening to experienced people, we can be professional and our work will be easy and we will be more and more useful and productive for the society. So my young engineers, I request all of you, while you study the engineering subject, take part and take a membership in professional bodies. That will really help you to be more professional in your growth and you'll be aware of what is happening around you. So it is a humble attempt from IETE, professional body. They extend every support and every aids for the young engineers. We are so much grateful to you. And today we are hosting, Christ College of Engineering hosting the association celebration. So we wish you all the best and we congratulate your valued services for the society. Once again, I wish you all the best and our young engineers should be more productive, especially this COVID pandemic situation. We should rise to the situation. We should read the signs of the time and we should be able to solve the problems that come across in the society. And you are capable of, you are filled with lot of potentialities and possibilities just to be aware of and be acting to the needs of the time. So thank you for your patient listening. Once again, I wish you all the best. May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Father. Dr. Sajeev John, our principal, is a great supporter of ISF activities at Christ College of Engineering, Irinalakuda. So let me invite Sajeev sir for a special address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Krishna Priya.
Thank you.
Dignitaries present for today's meeting, dear participants, a warm good morning to one and all. Okay. Earlier speakers mentioned one thing, that is there is a big gap between academia and industry. And moreover, electronics and telecommunication area is the area where changes are happening very rapidly. Moreover, that existing COVID scenario that has changed the situation wherein certain jobs, they're not going to exist in the near future, and new areas will be emerging out. We are affiliated to Kerala Technological University. Though it is a young university, it's established only in 2015. Our university is having a branch or cell called Industry Attachment Cell. Definitely, this cell will help our students to get acquainted with the developments taking in the industry. And I understand that Arun Alex and team is trying hard for that. And I would like to mention one of the main issues, one of our concerns by the students as well as from faculty from our college. Nowadays, from that, most of the students from other branches, apart from computer science, they find it very difficult to get a job in the core area. So I think this forum, this IETE, I strongly believe they will be in a position to come up with more and more programs and conduct more sessions regarding the potential areas so that our students, those who belong to electronics, electrical and other branches, to get a job opening in their core area. And I thank IIT for, we are much honored and privileged to host this event. And I thank IIT officials, office bearers for giving us this opportunity. And I wish all the best for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On this 68th Foundation Day, IETE Kochi Center honors Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai, Director, Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory, Kochi of DRDO, and Senior Fellow of IETE. I invite Mr. C. Krishnakumar, Chairman of IETE Kochi Center, to do the felicitation. Mr. Krishnakumar, ratified as a DGM of Electronics and Instrumentation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Krishna Priya.
Thanks, sir.
A very good morning to all of you. Today we are celebrating IETE's 68th year of formation. It was founded in 1953. So every year this day, IETE remembers the founders and past presidents, etc., who has brought up this institution into this prestigious position in the country. And on this day, headquarters also selects a theme for discussion, a relevant theme which is applicable for the present scenario. And all centers of IETE will be discussing on this particular subject. So today we have Mr. Arun Alex, who is the right person here, because as in the president's message, you might have noticed there is a big gap between institution and industry. And I'm happy that KTU has got a special coordinator for doing this, for this IEEE. IEEE mean industry interaction, industry institution interaction program, IEEE we can call it. So we are happy that a right person is with us, and he will be discussing on this subject. And our students will have more light on this particular subject, because the present gap, that is the necessity of today, because there is a long gap between actual requirement in an industry or in a job that has to be filled with skill development and all that. So let us wait for Mr. Arun Alex. He has got certain ideas that we can hear from him. Okay. And as I said, we remember the founders and the past presidents and senior members of IETE on this day, who have dedicated themselves for bringing up IETE this prominent and professional as a professional institution. And on this day also, we used to honor senior fellow members of IETE on this day for their contributions in the field of science and technology for the country. So this year, Kochi Center of IETE has decided to honor the most eligible senior fellow member of IETE, Sri S. Vijayan Pulle, the present director and distinguished scientist of NPOL, is under DRDO. We are happy that he has agreed, he is present here to receive our honor. His contribution in the field of underwater technology is enormous and very commendable. So I'll just go to a little details about him. Sri Vijayan Pillai did his MTech in integrated circuits and system engineering from IIT Kharagpur. Then afterwards, he had a short stint in IAF, which made him some exposure in the defense research programs. So afterwards, he has joined DRDO, and he has worked in various capacities, that starting from system user, maintainer, circuit designer, system designer, and so on, so like that. And he has become associate project director and director of various programs, and he has headed so many projects. Especially, he headed the scientific team for sonar experiments in Indian and Russian waters during major sea trials, and developed many heuristic and conditional signal processing algorithms methods for sonars to handle tactical problems. He also created an exhaustive repository of signal signature of targets and developed a near actual simulation philosophy. And for his contributions in the underwater technology, specifically in the field of sonar and all that, Indian Navy is addressing him as a sonar engineer. That is his contributions. And he headed various projects. For example, he was involved in the following mission mode of projects NPOL in different capacities. Panjendriya, Hamsa, and Payal, all as designer, project manager. Then Bushes 1, Bushes Simulator, PD, Associate PD, Project Director. Then Bushes Simulator for schools, Principal Project and Director, etc. And in recognition of his contributions, he has been conferred the prestigious Agni Award of Excellence in Self-Reliance for 2 times by the country. And then first in 1998 for Project Panjendriya, and then in 2008 for Project Research and various NQR Lab Awards. So he is the recipient of various awards and various awards from the lab, DRDO, as well as from our country itself. So we wish that under his leadership, NPOL will become an international center of excellence in underwater sensors and sonar systems. In appreciation and thankfulness for his valuable contributions and for his long association with IETE, I feel proud to honor him today on behalf of IETE. I request Sri S. Vijayan Pilla to kindly accept our honor.
Sir, thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai, Honorable Director, NPOL, for his speech. Over to you, sir.
First of all, I am proud to be being honored by IETE, and I congratulate on this occasion of 68th IETE Foundation Day celebrations, both IETE and the hosted by Christ College of Engineering. Mr. Arun Alex, then our father John Balikira, and Dr. Sajeevan, Mr. C. Krishnakumar, and all other dignitaries. And also I would like to mention, and our Dr. Unikrishan sir is here, he is my mentor and my guru when I joined in DRDO. And all the coordinators and the students, those who are present here, a very good morning to you all. So this year, actually, I was told to give a feedback and also an experience sharing. So, you know, experience, 30, 40 years of experience cannot be shared in 1 hour or an half an hour or even very difficult. However, we should remember this is our 75th year of independence. Next year, we are going to celebrate 76th Independence Day. So I know that all of us are concerned about the present situation. The students are, the faculties are, students coming out every year is more. Job opportunities are to be created. So Mr. Arunal is taken, already they have a cell for the Kerala Technical University for industry, students coordinator for industry attachment. So coming back to my career, I just want to mention, I have done AMI. Actually, I studied in a school, technical school. So I remember one first OMSLA I studied in Malayalam. സ്ഥിരതാപനിലയിൽ കരഭാഗിനിയിൽ കൂടെ കടന്നു പോകുന്ന വൈദ്യുത പ്രവാഹത്തിന്റെ തോത് അതിന്റെ വൈദ്യുത സമ്മർദ്ദത്തിന് ആനുപാതികവും വൈദ്യുത പ്രതിരോധത്തിന് വിപരീതാനുപാതത്തിലുമായിരിക്കും. അതായിരുന്നു ഓംസ്ല അന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ 8th class, 8th class. We have studied in 8th class. So that is my first experience in electronics. So I remember my teacher who is teaching me electrical engineering, he taught me first Ohm's law. Subsequently, we learned all Kirchhoff's law, all other laws in Malayalam in the 8th, 9th, 10th standard in technical school. Then I did my, I had worked also as a welder. Then I had opportunity, I got admission in the Diploma Electronics, that is Polytechnic, in Trivandrum Central Polytechnic. Thereafter, because those days, people are very willing to go for job immediately after that, because that time there was no bodies like this, or somebody who can do privately engineering. So I know then itself, IETE, professional bodies like IETE, AMI, that is Institute of Engineers, all were there. So before just in the final year itself, I joined in Air Force as an airman. So actually my first job was an airman in Air Force. And I joined with my SSL qualification, Jet SSL qualification, I joined there. And I had opportunity to work in Air Force for 6 years, 3 years in Bangalore, and thereafter 3 years in Saichin. I worked in Saichin, I worked in Jammu, Jammu area. And through IETE, AMI, because there was no much center of IETE. IETE was that time much known to everybody. But AMI was the other professional body, as you know. And it had a center in Jammu. So I registered and I cleared the exams. Based on that, I got job in DRDO for the fellowship, electronic fellowship course in Pune. That is an IIT Pune, Institute of Ornament Technology. After completion, I was so lucky to join in DRDO as a scientist in Kochi. In 1989, I joined here. So Unnikrishnan sir was my mentor guru for that time. Thereafter, we worked the good opportunity we got. So my view in experience is that our country is very good, very vast. The opportunities are plenty. Hard work is the only way of countering all the situations, whether it is pandemic, whether it is whatever it is. You can come out of that. I request all my students, it is the time, you should not waste time. Even 1 day, 1 hour, you should not waste. Put maximum effort, learn maximum, grab the opportunities. Obviously, everybody may not be getting equal opportunity in all the time. But whatever opportunity comes to you, please make use of it. Read large, the books. Whatever you read 2 times. If you don't understand, 3 times. Read one forward reading, backward reading. Read one book from beginning to end, and again read from back to end, forward, backward. These all are the experience I can share with you, how I made my self-studies. So unlike you people, I never had a college time. Only after getting job, I did my MTech in Kharagpur IITs in the Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, in Integrated Circuit and System Engineering. That was in 95. So now the best way of doing thing, and thereafter in service, when as a scientist, actually we were not doing an open-ended research. We are doing a customized research. It's a closed research. We always do research towards a product. So we have had an opportunity to work on the system, where the system to be final, the system to be delivered. So there is a focused working. So my seniors, like Unnikrishnan sir, many people were there. They all were guiding. So I could do well in the systems, developed so many systems. I had opportunity to work in foreign countries, foreign systems. Only one thing I can tell you, they are no way better than us. We are in fact better than them, in my view. The only our mindset, we always feel that foreign systems are better than ours. So now the present government has taken a team, indigenization, total indigenous system. How to generate the job opportunities, avoid importing. So our country, as you know, that is one of the biggest consumer country. We are most biggest democratic country as well as biggest consumer country. How to avoid import? By avoiding import, you will save so much money, create job opportunities. So DRDO is taking a lot of special measures to include institutions. So I especially after joining as a director, I made sure that we are not putting any resistance for the students to come to do interns with us. I am allowing as many numbers of MTech to come to our place and take our problems we give to the MTech students. We are already giving so many projects to the institutions in the name of cars, giving our our technical problems to the colleges and schools, colleges, particularly engineering colleges. And also there are very many schemes by which the institution can come to DRDO. You go to the site, you will find many things. In case you require any help, there is a HR cell in NPOL. As you know, in Kerala, DRDO, one of the DRDO lab is, only one DRDO lab is existing, that is in Kochi, that is NPOL. So we have an HR center. Recently we are going around we are conducting the classes for the diploma holders. Yesterday we had a discussion with all principals of all the polytechnics, because one of the main problem was told by our headquarters is that there is a less number of applications coming from Kerala, particularly for the technical staff. Towards that we are visiting the ITIs, the polytechnics, and also we will be inviting you schools. Definitely we will be making some drive to make sure the final semester students to come to our lab and visit what are the opportunity, what are things we are doing. We will be giving that. So the idea is that merging another theme was told, there is a gap between industry and academicians. Definitely there is a gap. In my view, the projects given to the institutions, if they are guided very well, I have seen the products are coming out. So we are taking a step towards that. In fact, in NPOL itself, in every month, at least 5 or 6 cars projects have been awarded to the various institutions within Kerala itself. So opportunities are there. Only thing, the interactions with every college, because there are a lot of colleges, because of the pandemic, has become very big problem for us. Otherwise, your schools are college is not starting. In last headquarter meeting also, it was told in Kerala, because of pandemic, we could not go around to the colleges. Otherwise, we could have gone, our team could have, our scientists could have gone to come to you also, come to different colleges, and they given lectures, given what are the opportunities we have, we can share with you. So once again, we all together, an organization like DRDO, ISRO, WARC, and particularly come into the defense sector, by maximizing the indigenous product, I hope in coming years, we will definitely be able to create large amount of job opportunity. Because we are aware that every year number of students coming out with colorful result, means career, they should be accommodated within the country. As you know that the corona recent pandemic has shown that any country in the world can be isolated. There is a necessity that we should have the indigenously accommodating our skilled people. And also in our principles, Dr. Sajeev Jonas indicated the skill. And we are going to have a talk also by Mr. Arun Els on skill development. Skill is not just by reading. Skill is by experience. So what one need to do is, having a practicing engineers, we call, do experimental result have to be validated. So skill will be one which is not written in the book or not written in the it is called untold and unwritten facts is the skill. We don't know what is actually skill. Is a skill different. Okay, with this, I once again thank IETE Kochi chapter for honoring me or accepting me as a scientist, and I am very thankful to professional bodies like IETE and AMI, etc., for people like me to give an opportunity, those who do not have opportunity to go then in engineering colleges, to convert ourselves as engineers. And obviously, I try to put my best for the country, and I will look forward that we will have maximum indigenous product in India. By having indigenous product, we will have maximum technology freedom. So once again, thanks a lot for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Ansia Ishaq, who is the Honorary Treasurer of IETE Kochi Center and Associate Professor, KME College of Engineering, to speak a few words and introduce the chief guest of the day. Over to you, ma'am.
Krishna Priya, just can you hold for 1 minute? That felicitation function. Actually, normally we sadharna felicitation honor we are just handing over a memento to Sri Vijayan Pilla. So before going to the next topic, can you just project that memento what we are going to present to Sri Vijayan Pilla, and just because it is in the virtual mode, you can just think that I am just handing it over to you, sir.
You did it already. Okay. Thank you. I've seen. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for accepting it. Just one thing also. I just want to thank the management, the directors and principals of Christ College for allowing IETE to host this program. So on behalf of IETE Kochi Center, I am just thanking all of you for that, for giving consent for hosting this program at your college, and for all the work done by your staff as well as the students. Thank you all. Okay, over to Krishna Priya.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir. Ma'am.
May I begin?
Can you? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Honorable guests, distinguished members, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, my dear students. Very good morning, everyone. I'm not here to give a very big speech. No, I'm just going into my duty, which is to invite and introduce our chief guest of the day, Mr. Arun Alex. He is the coordinator at Industry Attachment Cell at APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. Mr. Arun has more than 11 years of working experience, both in the industry and in the academic field. He has worked with major giants like Ernst & Young, Cubis, and he was a business analyst there. He has worked as assistant professor in Asian School of Business, Cardinal Klima School of Management Studies, and Marian Engineering College. Mr. Arun has studied MTech in software engineering from CUSAT. He's also bagged an MBA in finance and systems from College of Engineering, Trivandrum, and the master's program in international business from PSG Institute of Management. He heads the industry attachment cell in APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. This is the interface between industry and academia. That's what we have been understanding, yes. It facilitates projects from various government departments and institutions using the competencies of our engineering colleges. Projects which are valued at Indian rupees of 25 lakhs have been facilitated by Industry Attachment Cell at APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University in the last 6 months. International Placement Drive, which is the first of its kind to be facilitated by any university in Kerala, has been possible due to the efforts of this particular Industry Attachment Cell at the APJ Abdul Kalam University. It's indeed an honor, a pleasure to welcome you, Mr. Arun, to today's session.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, one and all. First of all, I hope that my voice is audible to everyone.
Yes, yes, it is.
So, very good afternoon, one and all, respected M.N. Narayanan sir, Vice Chairman, IETE Kochi Center, Mr. C. Krishna Kumar sir, Chairman, IETE Kochi Center, Honorable Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai sir, Director, NPOIL DRDO, Dr. M.V. Rajesh sir, Vice Chairman, IETE Kochi Center, Dr. Sajeev John sir, Principal, Christ College of Engineering, Reverend Father John Paliakra, CMI, Executive Director, Christ College of Engineering, Mr. Tony C. Thomas, Assistant Professor and ISF Staff Coordinator, Christ College of Engineering, and all dignitaries and students, faculty members. It is a great honor to speak today in front of you, especially on 68th IETE Foundation Day celebrations. And I'm also quite happy that the IETE chapter in the college is very, very active from the faculty side as well as from the student side. And we have a really good number of participants as well attending this session. So, which means that there is passion among the student community for such professional initiatives, and this has been possible only, I understand it has been possible only due to efforts of IETE as well as the Christ College of Engineering, the management of Christ College of Engineering. So very happy to know about this. So let me share my screen, a very small presentation. I hope my screen is viewable. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so primarily these would be the areas that I would be speaking about. A brief introduction about the university, the Industry Connect initiative, skillings, competency management, and projects facilitated. So introduction, this is quite well known to you. As a university, we are the youngest university in the country and one among the youngest in the state as well. And truly the first digital university in the state. So we have an open source custom built software e-governance system which is managing all the initiatives of the university, and the first university in the state to issue grade cards and degree certificates in digital format. Around 144 affiliated colleges, 1.5 lakh plus students, 691 research scholars, 40 research centers, 17,000 plus faculty members, 576 plus research guides, and 150 staff members in the university. So when you look at the statistics, see 144 affiliated colleges, 1.5 lakh plus students, research scholars, 17,000 plus faculty members, 576 research guides. We only have 150 staff members in the university, which is responsible for managing all these activities. And we have 3 autonomous colleges. Our focus of university from inception has been on outcome-based learning. We have regular faculty development programs. University has initiated honors and university minor program for students. Industry elective and industry minor program are work in progress. And last but not least, one among the few universities in the state with an industry attachment cell. So I hope this gives a perspective about the university in terms of how the university is managing, even with a very small workforce, the daily activities as well as the long-term activities in terms of implementing academic curriculum and all the statutory aspects. And perhaps with this statistics, probably there may not be any other university functioning in the country with 150 staff members as of now. So coming to Industry Connect initiative. So we have the industry attachment cell at KTU, which was formed hardly a year back which is responsible for reaching out to various stakeholders for skilling and placements and projects. And we are also we also are responsible for ensuring employability of our graduates and providing equal opportunities for students, faculty members, for all initiatives. So a glimpse of what we have been doing in the last from March 2020 to till date. I think industry cell was created sometime in the month of March, and if I'm not mistaken, in the month of March itself, we had national lockdown, state lockdown, and subsequent lockdowns. But despite all constraints in terms of manpower, in terms of things which were not in our control, university has been able to do phenomenal number of initiatives within this short period. So we have facilitated around 7 projects. There are remunerative projects, there are socially oriented projects, and a fairly good number of webinars and different topics, industry training for economically poor and promising students, internship drives of companies, etc. And we have also worked for faculty empowerment, also organized global hackathons. So from a skilling perspective, so like the Honorable Principal of Christ College has mentioned, see, there are aspects where the curriculum is not in sync with industry requirements, and so expectations are always differ when the industry has students. So on a professional note, if I am to say that it may not be possible for any university in the country to update frequently changes into the curriculum based on industry needs, because technology is changing at a very, very rapid pace. So so practically speaking, even though technology is changing at a rapid pace, we cannot ensure that our curriculum also changes at that same pace. So that is the same with any university in the country, or probably in the world as well. So what we need to look at is that we need to ensure that there are some basic fundamentals that can be updated at a periodic level. But beyond that, we need to look at initiatives that we can think beyond the academics. So if you look backwards, the only assessment system for grading our engineering colleges, affiliated colleges that we have as of now is probably based on academic marks, or let's say pass percentage in each semester exams, or engineering overall engineering pass percentage. We do not have any holistic ranking framework yet in our state being implemented. So except probably for we can grade colleges based on number of departments which have been accredited by National Board of Accreditation, or let's say autonomous colleges, but holistically we don't have a grading framework. So this engineering competency management and assessment system is first of its kind. So the purpose of this competency management system is to ensure that that students get an opportunity to work on live industry projects, get some badges from it, and some points from it. So part of the points can be mapped to a specific student, and remaining can be mapped to a specific college. So on an overall period of time, based on number of projects that students does, or number of activities that student does, we have a holistic framework for ranking the colleges. We have a holistic framework for identifying the students who have a specific skill set. So so we are trying to connect this engineering competency management system with industry as well, so that industry can come forward, give some projects through this system, and students can take up this project, or colleges can take up this project. So the good part is that a student coming for the first year, by the time he completes engineering, there will be a clear assessment system with the non-competencies available for companies to identify and select students for a specific skill set. So currently companies come to college, hire students based on probably aptitude test and some technical test or interview, which lasts probably maximum for 3 to 4 hours maximum. So, so the expectations may not always be actuals when the companies, when these students join the companies. So when we have a competency assessment system wherein which we identify competencies of students by means of a badge, by means of the projects that they've done over a period of 3 to 4 years, we are developing a system to ensure that we promote learning for passion, skill development, and promote the thinking beyond the confines of regular academic curriculum. So we are currently working on this platform, having stakeholder discussions, developing this platform. So once this platform is up and running, I'm sure that this will ensure that most of the problems related to skill development, students not being active in couple of programs, because now the university has facilitated totally free of cost skill development initiatives for students, essentially from economically challenging background. But what we see is that number of students who are turning up for this program is quite less. Enrollment rate is very high, but when the classes begin, we have, I mean, in some of the days, attendance are as low as, let us say, 10%. Even though the program, even though the quality of program has been well accredited, even though the feedback of the program has been really excellent. So unless and until we have a system wherein which we badge these students, we give badge these students and ensure that their competencies are honored, we may not have students coming in for such initiatives. And so that is the entire purpose of engineering competency assessment system. So this would further help in promoting the spirit of innovation and lead to IP creation. So let's say we have some students who have filed for IP, we can have some points linked to it and the related badges. So when companies come, when companies want to search for a candidate with specialized skill set, it is easier with a platform like this. Now we don't have a mechanism for any company to directly search for a student with a specified niche skill sets. So regarding skilling opportunities, so skilling should be centered around the curriculum. So we need to look at things, look at means to ensure that we can link it to the curriculum system. So we are in the process of implementing academic bank of credits, which allows students to move in and move out of programs and across programs, providing lateral and horizontal flexibility. And also we are also providing honors and university minor as vehicles for specialization and diversification. So essentially with university minor and honors, see, students with from, let us say, from a civil engineering background are provided the opportunity to cross specialize in disciplines from other departments, from a computer science or mechanical. So which makes horizontal and lateral movement of specializations possible. And we are also planning to to introduce a BVOC program, BVOC degree in engineering, which would be a skill-oriented one. And so students joining for BTech at a later time can, if they do not wish to continue with the engineering program, can also be awarded BVOC degree subject to certain criteria. And this would further help in reducing the number of dropouts which happens in the engineering program. And so this is one among the aspects that we are looking at. And we are also, as a university, we are also addressing digital divide. So essentially with the onset of COVID, there has been a good number of students who do not have access to digital devices. So the syndicate of the university has already made a decision to distribute digital devices to students from economically poor background as early as possible. And we are also setting up the industry council with industry experts, government agencies specialized in skilling and policy formulation, which would essentially be the policy formulation body. And industry council would also be a statutory body like the academic council or research council with its legal provisions as well. So and a separate common board of studies for industry connect and industry skilling is also being planned. And board of studies would be based on knowledge streams. And so coming back to my earlier introduction, see, we are one among the youngest universities in the country. We are yet to start our own schools of engineering. So when we talk to companies or industry partners, it is a little difficult in convincing them that yes, we are a university, but we are yet to have our own schools of engineering. So interdisciplinary schools are being planned, and which would essentially be pillars of knowledge economy in the engineering sector. And these interdisciplinary schools would be aligned with states' priorities. And our aim is to attract investments from global companies for pursuing higher end research, center of excellence. So interdisciplinary schools will also be based on design thinking approach for problem solving and promoting research and innovation. So the focus would be to ensure that highly skilled graduates who graduate from the institutions are industry ready with multiple discipline skill sets. And 4 vertical schools with 3 foundational transition schools are also being planned. So coming to BWOC, the integration between BWOC and BTech, this has already been approved by the university and would be implemented very soon. So students who are admitted for conventional BTech curriculum would be continued. They shall, so once they are admitted, they can continue with the conventional BTech program, and BWOC would run parallelly. And BWOC would also be grouped into 6 major disciplines as the current BTech program. And there would also be a provision for BTech students to shift to BWOC at a later point of time, let's say from the 5th or 6th semester onwards. So a separate board of studies with the skill curriculum and syllabus are also being constituted. And so the benefit that this attains is that there might be some limitations in totally, let us say, ensuring that the BTech program can be skill intensive. So here we are trying to ensure that at least somewhere we have a skill-based transition happening initially, and at a later stage, ensuring that BTech program also becomes a skill-intensive program. So this is the NSQF level that we are planning for each of these programs, which is quite self-explanatory. So I'm not going deep into this for constraints of time. So primarily about innovations that we have been doing at PJ Abdul Kalam Technology University. So with, as I've told you, we at the university level, we only have 150 staff members, which is managing all affiliated colleges. So we have developed faculty mentor circles. So essentially, we are trying to identify faculty members who are willing to voluntarily associate with the university for preparing proposal, which we can reach out to various government institutions. And similarly, we are also developing an innovative project database. So as you would be knowing, like in all our engineering colleges, in all engineering colleges, it need not necessarily be a top performing colleges. In all engineering colleges, there are really good student projects and as well as faculty members who have patents or who have applied for patents. But sadly, all these are remaining idle in our colleges. Engineering colleges do not know what to do with it. Probably faculty members are clueless. So we are trying to collect details of these innovative projects that are available in engineering colleges, as well as we are also planning to have a database of the competencies of faculty members, so that from the university level, we can facilitate projects and ensure that those can be made use in various government institutions. Because at one side, we have various government institutions coming to us with various business challenges, right from water resources or electricity board, KSRTC. But on the other side, we don't know which college is having a solution. There are colleges with ready-made solutions available, but very often we are not able to connect to the right person at the right time for right project. So this innovative project DB would finally, we are hoping that this will ensure that this will bridge that gap, and also ensure that colleges see projects as an asset. So now the only problem is that every year students do projects, and students take this project along with them when they graduate. So this system should change. We want colleges to consider each and every project done by every student as an asset of the institution. So then the good part is that then we can use this asset for societal intervention, for solving business challenges from the society, from various government institutions, and ultimately benefit a college, the faculty members, and finally the students. Not just students from a particular branch, particular year, but students who, current students, as well as students who will be coming to college in the future as well. And see, we have this work as you study program and a single window project facilitation. So work as you study program has already been one of the pet projects of our Honorable Chief Minister. And university is trying to implement this through a single window project facilitation system. So, so what is single window project facilitation? So I'll just explain it by means of a small flow chart. So university interacts with various government institutions and convinces them to provide projects from these government institutions, which can be solved through competencies of our faculty members from various engineering colleges. So once we get the projects from various government institutions, we convey it to all engineering colleges and facilitate a project walkthrough session for colleges to understand the details of the project. And once the walkthrough session is over, we collect an expression of interest from colleges. Colleges can have an internal discussion, submit expression of interest, and selection of shortlisting, selection of colleges are done by respective government institutions, and the same is conveyed to colleges. And once it is acceptable for both the college and the government institution, the project is initiated between both these parties. And finally the project is completed. So this is the roadmap, or this is the flowchart that we have been using, and this has been I mean, so far it has been successful enough. So these are the projects that we have done. We have done a Mapathon project for Kerala State IT Mission. So Mapathon project is essentially we are mapping coordinates of certain assets across all municipalities. So it can be coordinates of ration shops, Anganwadis, schools, etc. These are mapped in OpenStreetMap. So currently, the system that we have is these are mapped in Google Map. So Google may not be if it changes its business model, we may not have this data. So that is why we are mapping it in OpenStreetMap. Which this data can be used for let's say town planning or probably disaster management in the future. So around 35 colleges are actively taking part in this project. Then we also have a project of Kerala Irrigation Infrastructure Development Corporation, which is a government company. So they came up with the problem of developing a community micro irrigation system. So we had a couple of colleges which expressed interest. And if I'm not mistaken, Christ College, Irinjalakuda is also one among the colleges which has been awarded with this project. I think the formal agreement is yet to be signed. So, and then we also have a project on augmentative assistive communication device for National Institute of Speech and Hearing. So this is essentially, we have kids with multiple disorders, disabilities, who have challenges in communication. So, so AAC device is essentially a small hardware with, let us say, 1 or 2 buttons. Each button represents a specific need. Let us say you can imagine a television remote control with 1 or 2 buttons. So each let us say there is a red button. Red button means that I am in danger. Blue button means that I need water, and yellow button means that I would like to go to washroom. So, but here the complexity is not the functional requirement. Here the complexity is the non-functional requirements. As in, this device will have to be used by kids with multiple disabilities. So one kid might press these buttons using their finger. Another kid might press this button using their toes or forehead. So in the meantime, this device might, it might fall down. There might be water spills happening. So this device needs to be very robust. It needs to be very strong. It needs to be easy to use. So we don't have such device in the Indian market by Indian manufacturers. So we were told by National Institute of Speech and Hearing that similar device is imported, and the minimum price of such device is 25,000 rupees, including the GST. So a simple device costing 25,000 rupees, we are trying to ensure that the same is manufactured in our engineering college labs using the facilities that they have. And what it is, so this project is guided by National Institute of Speech and Hearing. So we have done similar projects in the past in healthcare devices. So what happened there in healthcare devices is that healthcare regulations are quite stringent. So it is very difficult for a product or a prototype developed from our engineering colleges to satisfy all the healthcare regulations. But here in the case of AAC device, it is an assistive technology device. So we are yet to have a very detailed regulation as much as the healthcare regulations in AT domain. So we are getting this device currently tested from National Institute of Speech and Hearing itself. And if it goes well, we are planning to approach Social Welfare Department for an order of these devices, which can be distributed to students who are from disabled background. So and this project is going quite well. Yesterday, I think around 8 colleges had come to National Institute of Speech and Hearing for displaying their devices. And this project has been this was not a remunerative project, totally socially driven, and we were quite doubtful whether this project would succeed, because being a socially driven project, whether students and faculty members would be willing to spend time, resources, money for this project. But we were proved wrong. We're happy that we were proved wrong, and a good number of colleges had submitted. I can probably show a couple of photographs of the devices that were submitted by colleges. And yeah, we have also facilitated technology transfer of portable oxygen concentrator and pulse oximeter, and coastal highway project of NATPAC, so which is essentially a cycle track project from Trivandrum to Alleppey coastal highway. So this is a traffic survey project for which we had I think 15 to 20 colleges, which was again a remunerative project, and that project has been completed. So on an overall, we have completed 25, we have facilitated projects worth 25 lakh plus only in the last 6 months. And this has been possible despite the challenges of the lockdown, despite challenges in manpower shortages in the university, and this has been possible only due to the support extended by the management of the colleges and the faculty members. So unlike the previous time, previous time what happens is that industries prefer to give projects directly to students. So what happens there is that students are initially very much energetic, but over a period of time, they lose their energy, passion, and priorities. So here the difference is that the project is given to the college. So it is a responsibility of the college to ensure that project is completed within the timeline based on a specific deliverables, and there will be milestones, and there will be project management meetings happening in. So the responsibility now is on the side of the college. And just like any other professional project, there are some terms and conditions, there are penalties for late deliverables, etc. So and in government institutions that we are currently engaged with are satisfied and happy with the way in which projects are going in. And these are some of the upcoming projects that we have. We have projects from a government department for developing IC engine to electric EV conversion kits, a carbon neutral Katakada project, flood mapping, landslide monitoring project, and various LSGD project, and technology for utilizing rice husk for brick or cement manufacturing. So these are projects which are upcoming. We would require support from faculty members and professional organizations like IETE, where we can probably pool in competencies in developing the proposal so that this can be made available for all engineering colleges. Our motto from the beginning is that projects that we take should be made available for all engineering colleges. All our affiliated colleges should have equal opportunity to apply. Selection of colleges is up to the government department or industry, which floats the problem statement. And other initiatives that Industry Attachment Cell has been doing is that we have facilitated placement drives of Infosys, and this year Virtusa as well, and international placement drives as well. And we are trying to attract more number of MNCs to our state. If you look at other states, especially our neighboring state, we have many multinational companies, mass recruiters coming to the state for hiring. So we are trying to bring in more mass recruiters into our state, and engineering competency assessment management system would further help in bringing more companies into our state. And we are also associating with innovation by youth with disabilities, which is a project of KDISC implemented by NISH. So essentially this project is a 3-year program in promoting a spirit of innovation among and entrepreneurship among disabled youth. So as a university, we are facilitating this program. We are trying to use the competencies of our engineering colleges in terms of availability of a good lab infrastructure, fab labs, STPKs, and really talented faculty members in promoting the spirit of innovation among the disabled students, and creating a new chapter in making a difference in their lives as well. So a couple of handing over of oxygen concentrator, and international dignitaries who have addressed our students recently. And so some organizations, institutions that we are currently associated with for various initiatives, and some news items which have recently come in newspapers as well. And before I close the session, I think this has been possible. Even though the topic given to me is skill development, we need to see skill development as part of our academic system. Because currently we see skill development which is not aligned with academic activities. So we have various government initiatives for developing skills for students once they graduate. So unless and until we integrate it with our academics, it may not, by ensuring that competencies of students are awarded, felicitated, we may not have a system wherein which industry aspirations or expectations can be met. And very often I get this question from various stakeholders that how has university been able to achieve this many number of initiatives in the shortest possible time? So let me take this take this occasion to inform you that all these initiatives has been possible not due to an industry attachment cell or to a specific individual. This has been possible primarily due to vision of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajeshri Ma'am, and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor. And they had this vision in setting up this industry attachment cell much before, let us say, March 2020. And that vision translated into a reality due to support from our statutory officers, essentially Registrar, Dean Research, Dean Academics, who has been very supportive of it. Because when you look at our engineering colleges, whatever whenever we have an industry talk or an industry initiative or probably placement training happens, there are a lot of difference in opinion. There are a lot of opinion among the academics and the and let's say placement officers or IEDC officers in ensuring availability of students for such initiatives or ensuring priorities are well mapped. But here the reason for success is that the industry initiative, industry outreach, or such initiatives are supported wholeheartedly by Dean Academics, Dr. Sadiq Sir, Dean Research, Dr. Shalit Sir, and Registrar, Dr. Praveen Sir, Honorable PVC, Honorable VC, and that is the secret ingredient for success of this initiative. And when we started off with industry attachment cell, we were quite clueless as to how to approach industries or government departments. We didn't know the process flow. I've shown you the process flow. It's we never had a picture of how the process flow should be. We had detailed discussion for, I think, around 6 months to arrive at a process flow, but we miserably failed in arriving at a process flow which will be equally acceptable for all our affiliated colleges, all faculty members, all management. That is when we happened to meet we happened to meet Shri T.K. Jose, IAS, who is working as Additional Chief Secretary. In fact, T.K. Jose had already had a model wherein which he had associated with multiple colleges for preparation of DPR for various government institutions. So, in fact, it was Shri T.K. Jose, IAS, who was quite helpful in arriving at a perfect workflow for making this a reality. So, so before I conclude, so probably I would once again request colleges, faculty members, students to seize the moment and apply for such projects and ensure that because these projects gives you industry use cases to work on and ensure that you grow as a professional. And I'm sure that this would also be really beneficial for faculty members and students as well. And probably to answer one more question about the curriculum updation. See, we also have an industry minor program. I had in fact mentioned it in my first slide. So industry minor program is, it has been approved by Government of Kerala. So it is essentially just like university minor, this industry minor program, the course curriculum, the delivery of the program, assessment of the program, everything is done by a specific industry or a company. So DRDO can in fact float a program on, let us say, on a defense sector, any topic related to defense sector. So curriculum is framed by DRDO. The delivery of the program is done by DRDO. Evaluation is done by DRDO. So let's say it can start from S3, between S3 to S7, one paper per each semester. and the delivery of program can be blended model or an online, totally online model, and even the assessment need not necessarily be a traditional pen and paper assessment. It can be a project assessment as well. So and the credits from this program would be added over and above the minimum required academic credits. So currently it is 162 academic credits for completing BTech. So it would be 162 plus that additional academic credits which can be added on to it. So and the teaching, the delivery of this program can be done by industry professionals. So this would make a huge difference in the skilling, in ensuring that our students are become industry ready and promote industries to. I mean, it's a oft repeated statement that graduates are not industry ready. So now we are at least the government of Kerala is willing to give industry a chance to run similar programs and along with their engineering degree program, and ensure that that is integrated into our credit system, and ensure that students are employable. And so the industry minor program is work in progress. So we are waiting for the industry council, a statutory body, to be formed. And once it is formed, I think it should be up and running very soon. So let me thank one and all, especially IETE members, for giving me this opportunity to present this in front of you, and all faculty members and management of Christ College of Engineering. Let me thank each one of you for this opportunity. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now we have a short interactive session with the chief guest. Participants can ask your questions by unmuting your microphone, and participants viewing the live stream through YouTube can post their questions as comments.
So, so it need not necessarily be questions. It can also be a suggestions from your side, which I can possibly discuss with my colleagues and dean or registrar or even honorable VC. So if you have suggestions also, suggestions are also welcome, so that we can improve, and faculty members can also give suggestions regarding projects that we have facilitated. What are the expectations to the next level of projects that you're expecting as well?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, I was not audible. I have a question, a suggestion. Mr. Arun Alex, are you aware about the various schemes of DRDO? That is like a technology development fund, CARS projects. Are you aware about all those things?
Not fully, sir. Not fully. I was planning to connect with you after this meeting.
Yes, after you should connect to our people. Okay, there are very schemes, very many schemes. On which normally we publish our problems. Each labs gives to centrally to this one. There are NRB project, Naval Research Board projects. They also lot of so many institutions, basically meant for the academics institutions. They take it. Professors are there. Lot of projects have been awarded, and these projects are centrally monitored with the labs. The lab, our scientists will be coming, and also as part of the Asadiki Amrit Mahotsav, we are also trying to see the final semester students to visit our lab. This year we are especially giving this opportunity to, otherwise it is very difficult to make visit. So I think my HR group, HR will contact you. I'll ask them to contact you. So it is a good opportunity.
Yes, sir,
Yeah,
definitely.
actually, we wanted them to be, as you rightly said, it is better to get associated with some of the running project, not to the extent that what is the end result, but the intermediate result. There are very many things can be given to them. Okay, we'll contact you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? I think there's no more questions.
I have some other activity. Anything else is there? Are we any function?
So next. Next, I would like to invite Rahul sir from EC Department of Christ College of Engineering, Ernakulam, to present the memento for Arun sir.
A very good noon to one and all. I hope I am audible to you all.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
thank you. So it was actually an honor to sit in this particular online meet where Arun Alex sir is actually briefing about coordination that he's been doing in industry attachment cell. Being an nodal officer, I have attended many meetings that has been coordinated by Arun Alex sir. And I believe that Christ College of Engineering is one of the very active colleges which has already taken up that concept of bridging academia and industry. And we are very happy that we got that particular project from KIDC, micro irrigation project that has been associated with the industry attachment cell of KTU. So first of all, let me extend our gratitude to that particular support that has been offered by Arun sir. And today's session, obviously, as always, it was a wonderful insight to many of the students and faculty members who were attending this particular online meeting. I have seen many people hosting his or her role in different official things. But I have seen very few people who have given 100% justice to the position in which he or she has been working. According to me, Arun Alex sir is one of the apt person who would like to bridge the gap between academia and industry. And obviously, he was a person with immense amount of experience in terms of business analysis. I believe that he was a part of EY, QBest, and all. Right, Arun sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that specific amount of experience is actually reflecting in the position in which he is holding in KTU. So thank you for giving all the colleges an opportunity to work for different projects and all. And as a part of our gratitude and as a part of our respect, we would like to present you a small memento in this online meeting. Tony sir, please. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arun sir, and thank you all the coordinators and dignitaries of IETE for providing us an opportunity to host this wonderful meeting from Rice College of Engineering site. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Manju Bhaskar, Honorary Secretary and Vice Principal, MGM College of Engineering, Pampakuda. So over to you, ma'am, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Krishna Priya. Hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You're audible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, good afternoon, all. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Arun. Mr. S. Vijayan Pillai, Director, NP Oil Kochi Center, Chairman IETE, Mr. Sri Krishna Kumar, Father John Paliakara, CMI, Dr. Sajeev John, Principal, Christ College, Dr. M.V. Rajesh, Vice Chairman, IETE Kochi Center, Mr. M.N. Narayanan, Vice Chairman, IETE Kochi Center, Dr. Ansia, Honorable Treasurer, all the Executive Committee members, corporate members, senior fellows of IETE, ISF staff coordinators, faculty group from various engineering colleges, and dear ISF student members. So we came to the end of today's Foundation Day celebrations. So let me thank first our chief guest, Mr. Arun Alex, Coordinator Industry Attachment Cell, APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, for his presence and for delivering a very vibrant talk which made the young engineers to think innovative. Actually, he familiarized the skilling opportunities for the university in innovative initiatives and the single window project facilitation. That means a complete guidelines to start your path to innovative mind. So I thank on behalf of all present in this meeting and on behalf of IETE Kochi Center, my heartfelt thanks is given to Mr. Arun Alex. Thank you, sir. Next, I express my deep gratitude to Mr. S. Vijay Pillai, Director, NPOL, a great visionary leading a research organization and guiding today's technology to contribute to our country. We are very happy to have such a great personality today as a honoree, and IETE Kochi Center is honored him today. And I thank you, sir, for your presence and blessings here. Thank you very much. Next, I wish to thank Krishna Kumar C, Chairman IETE Kochi Center, for his leadership and taking IETE Kochi Center in the right path. Thank you very much, sir. Next, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Rajesh MV, a main coordinator of this program. He is Vice Chairperson of IETE Kochi Center, and Mr. M.N. Narayanan, he is also Vice Chairperson of IETE Kochi Center, Dr. Ansia Isahak, and all executive members of IETE Kochi Center for their presence. Senior IETE fellow members, Dr. A. Unnikrishnan, Krishna Kumar P, Johanan sir, etc. are also present in this meeting. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of them. Next, I congratulate and thank Father John Paliakara CMI, Dr. Sajeev John Principal, for their presence and their visions and sharing their visions in this meeting. Thank you very much. I congratulate and thank Tony C. Thomas, IETE staff coordinator from Christ College, and all the ISF volunteers of Christ College. A special thanks to Krishna Priya K for the wonderful comparing, and also being part of this seminar by coordinating this event in a wonderful manner, systematically and successfully. Thank you, team Christ College of Engineering. And next, I thank each of the faculty members and IETE staff coordinators from all the engineering colleges under KTU, and most of the institutions under KTU are under the ISFs of IETE Kochi Center, and also polytechnic colleges are being part of our ISF. I thank each one of the staff members and office bearers of IETE Kochi Center and all the student members for being present in this event and making it successful. I once again thank each and everyone present. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
So meeting concluded. You can then just sign off from the meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you, Krishna Priya. And thank you, Mr. Tony.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We thank IETE Kochi Center for giving this opportunity to host this event. And I also specially mention our volunteer team, including Kevin Jose, Gopika Menon, Ebin Vinod, Catherine Joji, as well as the design team, including Aldrin, Meghashyam, Alan, Krishnapriya, everyone who contributed in their own ways for making this program a grand success.
Yeah, they
Thank
have
you,
done a very
IETE
wonderful job.
team and executive members. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We'll meet again. And thanks to all participants from different colleges who joined for this program. We'll be sending you participation certificates as soon as possible. Okay. Let's meet in an offline event soon. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. So we'll
Okay, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for the wonderful arrangements, and it was done very systematically. So thank you. A big hands to all the Christ College team for behind this.
Okay. Thank you all. And